Have you got big plans for your small business? Get a hosting plan that can fit your unique
नित्यानन्दं परमसुतरं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिः द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वज्ञ साक्षिभूतं भातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyananda, everyone. Today, on the auspicious occasion of upon our distinguished nominees today, all the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, the Department of Religion and Worship of KAILASA, to host this virtual Global Peace Conclave and the KAILASA Om Award ceremony on this auspicious occasion of the Tamil New Year 2025. My name is Vijaya Priyananda, and I will be your host today. And in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's very own words, he says, is amazing. And he continues saying, I sincerely thank all of you for doing what you're doing, for being who you are. I am very honored to present this award on behalf of KAILASA to all of you, and hope we will continue to make this planet Earth livable. So, what is Tamil New Year? April 14 marks the auspicious occasion, celebration of Tamil New Year according to the Hindu solar, observed by millions of Hindus to mark the new cycle of good fortune and prosperity in their lives. And so, to give a short introduction on KAILASA and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, let us watch this video. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is reviving Hinduism to its full glory in the United States of KAILASA, which stands for human rights and religious freedom for all Hindus worldwide, protecting Hindus from persecution in over 100 countries. KAILASA stands for all the great values enshrined in the Constitution of KAILASA, the Vedas and the Agamas. It is governed by the sovereign order of KAILASA for all humanity, which is rooted in the fundamental principle of Advaita or oneness, and the idea that all beings can be essential. And on this very day of the Tamil New Year, 24 years ago, in 2001, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, formally inaugurated the first KAILASA temple monastery located on the banks of the sacred Kaveri river near the city of Erode, which is a village in South India. So from these humble beginnings in 2001, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, began his public life and realized his avataric mission of reviving the United States of KAILASA, an enlightened Hindu civilizational nation established to serve the religious and spiritual needs of the 2 billion Hindus. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has dedicated his entire life to reviving Hinduism, to bring about a superconscious breakthrough for humanity, and has successfully created, re-establishing, can experience living enlightenment. And surviving the 2-decade-long barbaric persecution, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, forced into exile to protect his person, has successfully established KAILASA, which is the first sovereign state nation for Hindus, through just simple hard work and utter sacrifice of Tyaga. KAILASA is for the dispossessed Hindus and global seekers to practice Hinduism authentically and peacefully, to preserve the seed bank of Hinduism, and to serve the whole humanity with this most peaceful, loving, and enlightened tradition of Hinduism to the world. And so, KAILASA is the revival of ancient indigenous, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has successfully revived 21 Hindu sovereign kingdoms as KAILASA. So let us watch this short video on KAILASA's juridical statehood for more context and information about.
At the end of Mahabharat war, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, this ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. Kailasa is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and the unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through Kailasa results in the legal recognition of Kailasa as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, other internal transformations, do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligation principle of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. In the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II.
Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the church, and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 18th, yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged, formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition in 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva, through the line of succession 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite of the Surangi Samarajam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samarajam, as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajam Sarvanapitha. Historical entities became part of the United States of KAILASA, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, KAILASA, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the Kailasa's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. As a citizen,
You're on mute.
Yes, so now let us move to the most awaited part of the Global Peace Conclave, which is the KAILASA Om Award. And the first category of the KAILASA we have with us His Excellency Mr. Stalin Abran Tiamarenda from the state of Ecuador. And so Mr. Stalin, His Excellency Mr. Stalin Abran Tiamarenda is the current mayor of Balora, a Shwa community leader known for his diverse roles as a shaman, actor, singer, painter, and professor of ancestral sciences. He was elected in 2022 and he represents the Pachakutik Party. And His Excellency is also a curandero, practicing traditional medicine and learned from his ancestors. And he has also been involved in various cultural and artistic activities, including performances at the 2006 World Cup in Germany. And His Excellency aims to develop his community through infrastructure projects while showcasing the Shwa culture globally. And we are very pleased to mention that His Excellency has established diplomatic relations between his city and the United States of KAILASA, and we are very honored and pleased to be conferring the KAILASA Mitra Award upon His Excellency for his continued friendship with KAILASA. And the next category of the KAILASA Om Award that we would like to present to confer is the Mr. Faber Sandoval Rincon from Colombia, from the Republic of
Ya lo
Colombia.
abrí.
And yes. Yes, and Mr. Rincon was born in 1983 in Gaviotas, Casanera, and he grew up as a farmer, learning the value of hard work and the struggles of rural life. And at the age of 18, his family was forcibly displaced by the armed violence, leaving behind their land despite hardships. And he pursued education and earned a degree in international business administration, fueling his commitment to advocate for Colombian farmers. And in 2011, he became the national secretary of the peasant youth, gaining recognition for his leadership. And he later ran for a local office in Azukal, proving that grassroots passion and challenge so basically over the years he has organized farmer movements to demand the land rights and organic food security for his community. So we would like to invite Mr. Herbert Sandoval Rincon from the Republic of Colombia to say a few words for receiving the KAILASA Om Awards. Yes, please go ahead.
Muy buenas tardes. Les habla Fauber Sandoval Rincón. Muy agradecido por la invitación, por estar presente acá en este espacio tan sublime y tan importante para el mundo, por permitirme expresar y poder llevar a cabo todos estos sueños que hoy se convierten en un sentido común. Soy un joven apasionado del campo, me encanta el campo. A la edad de 13 años viví en el campo, pero lamentablemente acá en mi salir de este momento de nuestra región, donde nunca paré mi lucha social, siempre seguí adelante luchando por este gran sueño que es el campo. Y algo que nunca olvidé son las raíces de donde vengo y para donde quiero volver, que es la comida orgánica y es la tierra para el campesino. Durante mis 13 años de niñez, nunca aguanté hambre y siempre tuve la oportunidad que la tierra nos diera lo más importante, que es el alimento, para nutrir nuestros cuerpos y para ser mejores personas. Hoy, a través del tiempo, no he parado mi lucha social. Cuando tuve 18 años y pude obtener mi cédula colombiana, decidí emprender mi lucha y no abandonar los sueños de volver a mi región, pero quería hacerlo no como Fauber Sandoval, sino como un profesional con oportunidades para el campo. Y a través de la historia ha venido surgiendo en mi liderazgo con el campesino. Ha sido mi bandera, la que yo he mantenido firme y la que no quiero soltar, porque considero que el futuro en la economía del planeta Tierra está en la tierra, producirlas con nuestras manos y con alimentación orgánica. Hoy, lamentablemente, tenemos un país que está muriendo y es lamentablemente por la comida que estamos consumiendo, por todos los sucesos que nos envían a través de los químicos y nos están apagando la vida. Desde Colombia, hoy contamos con un presidente de la República, Gustavo Petro, que le apuntó a la reforma agraria, donde quiere hacer un cambio histórico. Hoy el presidente de la República asume un cargo importante a nivel de nuestro planeta, conservando las raíces indígenas de nuestra entraña, posibilidad de poder lograr que el campesino que hoy aguanta hambre y que está pasando dificultades en la ciudad vuelva nuevamente al campo. Desde Colombia para el mundo, hoy elevo esta plegaria, elevo este SOS de que necesitamos urgente recuperar el campo, pero tenemos que darle instrumentos para que ellos puedan lograr el objetivo que es desde el gobierno nacional tener esas herramientas para poder economía y generemos bienestar de salud. En mi lucha social que he venido dando, hoy tengo la posibilidad de llegar históricamente, que un campesino, desde lo más humilde que he venido creciendo, a través de Swamiji Nithyananda, la oración y la posibilidad de su iluminación, pueda obtener esa credencial para poder hacer este sueño una realidad. Actualmente lidero 1.000 campesinos en mi municipio, en mi localidad, en mi región, que están todo lo que se plantea técnicamente para que un campesino pueda tener la tierra. Están ya totalmente caracterizados. Y hoy quiero dar gracias a ustedes y quiero unir esfuerzos con un ejemplo de vida. Quiero unir esfuerzos para poder hacer realidad que cada persona que llegue a esta tierra es para dejar marcada una historia, pero una historia en beneficio de los que realmente necesitan. Quiero pasar en este cuarto de hora que la vida nos da la oportunidad de estar acá, es dejar una reseña histórica y poder ser un líder con historia para llevar el campo a otra dimensión y con otra economía. Yo hoy,
Thank you so much, Mr. Fogel.
desde Colombia les agradezco, no sé si me estoy extendiendo demasiado, por favor me dicen si me estoy extendiendo, si puedo continuar con mi discurso, pero quiero decirles que desde lo más profundo de mi alma, de mi sentir, de mi conocimiento, quiero que Colombia y el mundo volvamos a recuperar lo más importante que es la tierra, pero una tierra con garantías a través de la producción. Que tengan presente esta sugerencia. Hoy sueño con llevar un nombre a nivel internacional, que mi nombre quede marcado a nivel internacional. Y mil gracias por tenerme esta postulación y este nombramiento. Mil gracias.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Fogel. It's a pleasure to be conferring the KAILASA Om Awards upon you. And thank you so much for all the hard work that you're doing for supporting your community. And it's a pleasure to have you here with us. And the next award that we are going to be presenting is the KAILASA, it is the Nithyananda KAILASA Global Peace Award. And our next awardee that we have here with us is Mr. Shiva Prasad has dedicated his life to promote cow-based inability to goshalas or cow shelters by teaching and helping them to make over 100 Panchagavya daily use products. And he currently runs an organic grocery store in Singapore and India, offering cows using naturally grown ingredients and organically grown vegetables. And Mr. Shivakumar also promotes Ayurvedic lifestyle and medicine, educating people on preventive healthcare and natural wellness. Mr. Shivakumar, we are very pleased to please say a few words.
Yeah. Just thank you. Namaskaram. So pranams to Bhagavan Padmasivan Nithyananda Swamiji. So Swamiji, as I am going into the next level of expansion for my Sampurna Swadesi, everything you read now is called as Sampurna Swadesi. So I'm expanding now. I'm into doing it in their lands and transforming their food, transforming their seeds and everything. So I'm also supporting a lot of Goshalas. So yeah, just thank you for this award. Pranams to Swamiji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shiva Prasadji. It's an honor to be conferring the Kailasa Om Awards upon you. And thank you so much for all the hard work that you're doing for promoting the Hindu culture, the Hindu tradition, to the entire integral part of the Hindu culture. And thank you so much for reviving, preserving the Hindu culture where you are in Singapore.
Thank you.
And so with this, we come to the end of the Kailasa Om Award, coming and receiving the Kailasa Om Awards on. It's indeed a great pleasure to be conferring the Kailasa Om Awards to esteemed individual globally who are working tirelessly to revive dharma, to promote dharma as well as promoting global peace through their hard work, through their that aligns with the mission and vision of Kailasa. So once again, thank you so much. And please stay tuned because very shortly we will be receiving the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, who will be giving the presidential address on this auspicious occasion of Tamil New Year. So please stay tuned and very shortly we'll be welcoming the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.